Hey, thanks for coming to 1500ESPN.com. I'm Derek Wetmore. I'm going to share with you my 5 thoughts from Monday's Twins loss to the Detroit Tigers at Target Field. Thought number 1, Tommy Milone put the Twins behind the 8 ball early. The Twins were in a 4-0 hole before David Price even took the mound for the Tigers. Now, that's obviously a tall order when you're going up against the Tigers ace. I know he struggled his last time out against the Yankees, giving up 8 earned runs, but you remember, it's the same David Price who absolutely shut down the Twins on opening day, went 8 2/3 innings. I think it was 5 strikeouts, no walks, 5 hits, no runs. The same kind of dominant David Price that we saw in the early goings today. Tommy Milone knew he was going to be up against, obviously, some stiff competition in David Price, but the first inning was no way to get started. With 1 out, Jose Iglesias, solo home run. That got it started off kind of on the wrong foot for Tommy Milone and for the Twins. And then after he got Miguel Cabrera to fly out, he went single, walk, home run to Yoenis Cespedes for a 3-run bomb, putting the Twins down 4-0 early in the game. And as I mentioned, with David Price on the mound, that's a tall order. They did almost make it, almost completed a comeback, that is. Losing 5-4 is, of course, no consolation prize, but you got to give them credit for battling back, chipping away some of those runs. Still, falling behind in that early hole, not the way they were looking to get started. Thought number 2, a little bit more positive. Danny Santana started a pair of nice double plays on Monday. One of them was a fairly easy, fairly routine, because Miguel Cabrera was not exactly busting his tail down the line, but for Danny Santana to start a pair of double plays, and Brian Dozier making a couple nice turns at second base too, that's a good sign for the Twins. Danny Santana not only has slumped at the plate and looked out of sorts at times, striking out all the time and never drawing a walk, he's also looked questionable at best at times in the field. Some of his throws are hurried. He hurried another throw on Monday. It didn't hurt him this time. Joe Mauer made a nice little scoop play. I think the Twins are looking to see more out of Danny Santana on both sides of the plate. No one's necessarily expecting him to be the kind of 320 hitter that he was a year ago in his sensational rookie season, but he is giving away at-bats at times right now. You've seen him out of the lineup recently, and for Danny Santana, Monday was a step in the right direction. He had a pair of hits and turned a pair of nice double plays. If he can bring consistency in the field and start to separate his offensive struggles from his defensive struggles and at least fix one of those areas of the game, he becomes a more usable shortstop and becomes a more palatable option for the Twins. To that end, Monday was a step in the right direction. We'll see if he continues that going forward. Thought number 3, speaking of a guy who could use a nice day, Jordan Schaefer had 3 hits, including a double and a run scored. Not all of that was against Price, but Schaefer, a guy who I didn't even expect to see in the lineup on Monday with a left-handed pitcher on the mound, a nice day for him to come through and have 3 hits, not make any miscues in the field. We've seen him struggle as well, not only at the dish, a little bit in the field, and even made some base running mistakes for a guy with seemingly good instincts and great wheels on the base paths. Jordan Schaefer has had a very inconsistent first month of the season. 3 hits on Monday. Maybe that gets him started going in the right direction. I believe, I don't have the schedule right in front of me. I'm trying to remember if the Tigers either have Anibal Sanchez going on Tuesday, I believe, and then Shane Green on Wednesday. So we'll have to see. I don't know how Paul Molitor is going to go with center field lineup, but for Jordan Schaefer to start in center on a day that Shane Robinson was also playing, but he was starting in left for Oswaldo Arcia, that's a bit of a vote of confidence, I think, for Jordan Schaefer to not only get his name in the lineup against a lefty, but then for him to be able to come through. I think that could help alleviate some of the pressure that he might be putting on himself to perform after a pretty rough first month of the season. Thought number 4, I'll keep this one short. The Tigers made some very confusing base running plays against Blaine Boyer. In the 7th, it resulted in 3 outs, having Blaine Boyer just throw 2 pitches. He came in and got a double play, and then after the double play, Miguel Cabrera standing on second base, 2 outs. Blaine Boyer comes set. Miguel Cabrera takes off for third base, and Boyer just kind of calmly steps back off the rubber, throws to Trevor Plouffe at third to nab Cabrera, trying to steal third, not on first motion, on a straight guess. He was guessing when Boyer was going to go to the plate. Boyer didn't. Threw out Cabrera at third base. It is a cardinal sin in baseball to make the third out at third base. I believe that. And Miguel Cabrera committed that sin in the name of aggressiveness. And in my opinion, over-aggressiveness. I think the Tigers probably could have just sat back, waited, and got to Blaine Boyer with their bats. Another similar play the next inning. Boyer throws out a runner at second base after just calmly stepping. I think it was J.D. Martinez, if I'm not mistaken. Calmly stepping back off the rubber, throwing to Brian Dozier at second base for an out. The Tigers running into a few outs against the Twins reliever. Boyer did go 3 innings, no runs, so you could blame the Tigers a little bit for that aggressiveness. But with that being said, Boyer still a nice outing for him to help keep the Twins really in the game within striking distance, and they had a chance to win it all the way up until the 9th. Thought number 5, my final thought. Kennys Vargas was benched for a second day in a row. Paul Molitor's trying to clear the slumping slugger's head. Say that 5 times fast. I wrote a column on that quickly on Vargas's benching and what it means for his future, for his present, more importantly, I think. And Molitor kind of explained the thought process that went into the benching. They want him to start taking more professional, for lack of a better term, batting practice. They want him to be more game realistic, Molitor said. He tends to just kind of, whether he's batting from the left side or from the right side in batting practice, just try to hit the ball as far as he possibly can. Molitor wants to see him take a little bit more measured approach. Shoot the ball the other way, and I'm not saying they're trying to turn him into a slap hitter, but put yourself in more game-like situations rather than just going for distance against a guy throwing 60 miles an hour, whether it's Eddie Gordado or whoever's throwing batting practice. His goal is not to strike you out. His goal is to help you prepare for the game, and the Twins maybe don't think Vargas is doing that. So a second day off in a row for Vargas. I'm curious to see what the Twins do the rest of the week with him. He's mired in, I believe, if my math is correct, a 2-for-28 slump over his past 6 games. Pretty ugly numbers for Vargas on the season overall, too. They would certainly accept him busting out of his slump at any time now. That would definitely help their offense. That'll do it for this 5 Thoughts column. Check out the Touch 'Em All podcast. That's right, the Touch 'Em All podcast. We've got episode number 5. Phil Mackey and I record a weekly Twins conversation. It's on iTunes. It's on SoundCloud. It's on 1500ESPN.com. Just if the most convenient for you is iTunes, search for Touch 'Em All. You'll find a weekly Twins conversation with Phil Mackey and yours truly, Derek Wetmore. That'll do it for this video. Until next time, I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you later.